So, if you can't already tell, today it's raining, so I figured it would be a good idea to do a tutorial on front side and back side 180s, because I kind of started my channel that way, and then I just stopped. First, I thought that we should start with a front side 180, because generally it's a little bit easier to do than back side 180. This is my foot position. That is my front foot, that is my back foot. Now, I do hang my front foot off the board a little bit, like with my toes, kind of right where the main, like, big knuckles, joints of your toes are. I hang that off the board, so it's closer to a heel flip position than just a regular ollie like this. I made a video on that. That was the first video. Go watch that. My back foot is kind of like this. It's hanging off this side a little bit, so it's not like, you know, it's easier to scoop that way, I found, because to do the 180 you're doing an ollie almost like a front side pop shove it, but you're also turning your body, which I'll explain a bit later. Now, I didn't roll afterwards because my garage is so small. I didn't really have enough speed to get a good one and roll away. One other quick note that I like to do, this is my preference, not a lot of people like to do this. I do. You can't really do front side flips like this. You could do a heel flip like that, I guess, but so my back foot here is not hanging off the tail like that. There's, if you can see, there's a little bit of my tail hanging there. And so this just gives me more room, like space on my foot from here to grip the board and really like turn it around. It also helps with this foot to not fall off the back like that while you're doing it, while you're doing the front side 180. That camera angle pointing down was kind of experimental. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked it or not. Also, with the position of the back foot not hanging off the tail so much as just being on the tail, I feel that it helps it be more controlled until you can get up to a good pop to do the 180. Like if you're going to do a 180 onto something like my little box here, if you're going to do a 180 onto that, then definitely hang your foot off. But because this is a channel for learning the trick, you might want to start with your foot hanging, not hanging off, but hanging in a little bit. Going back to what I was saying before about turning your body, is when you flick to just do a normal ollie, to do the 180 you need to turn your head, so like go like this, and your arms. Don't go like that because that looks stupid. Turn your whole body. So basically you could practice this by flicking your front foot up and turning your body at the same time. So like flick turning, not with your hands, with your feet, but still. So once you have the turning your body and the flicking of your front foot down, I think it's time for you to just send it and really just try. You might get like a 90-degree turn at first, and then you can slowly work your way around to a full 180. Also, to be clear, I am goofy-footed, meaning that my right foot is forward. That means I ride like this, with my face going that way. If you're regular footed, meaning your left foot is forward, you ride like this. So a goofy person's frontside 180 is this. A regular footed person is this. So there's a little bit of difference. The main way I tell the 180s apart is that with a front side, they're turning the direction that their back was facing. So their front side, this side, was now over here. With a back side, it's over here. Little bit of clarification, maybe? Backside 180s. So my foot position for the backside 180 is kind of like a kickflip with my front foot and just like an ollie with my back foot. So a backside 180 is harder for me, at least. I'm fairly certain it's harder for a lot of people just because you're turning in such a way that your flicking foot is going opposite of the way you're turning. So you're kind of like that. It's weird. So as I'm just going through my video and editing it, I realized that I never actually told you guys how to do a backside 180. So here's that. Okay, so basically it's the exact same thing as a frontside 180, except instead of turning your body this way, you're turning it this way. And so that means you're also flicking the same, like I showed you with my foot position. It's a little bit different, but you're doing the same motion. You're just turning this way instead of this way. Back to the video. Also might get something a little along the lines of this. Or this. Or this. Really, all three of these common scenarios can be broken down into three separate problems, which is why that is happening. With that weird kind of half backside flip thing that happens, that is a backside 180 with a kickflip thrown in there, that was because your foot was hanging too far off the board. Too far like this. It's hard for me to even balance like this. Sorry if it's shaky. Now, the second one I think is the best problem to have. With this, you're not turning your body enough. You're not flicking and turning enough. So if you do both of those, flick and turn harder, faster, whatever word you like, you're gonna eventually get it. You're this close to getting it. Now, the third one is kind of what I was describing earlier with your foot falling off the front of the board before you can turn the whole way. You are this close to landing it, you just need to press your foot into the board more to keep it stuck to the board. With that said, I think you could just take a little bit of pressure off your back foot and put a little bit more on your front foot and do the exact same thing and land it. It's lunchtime because I didn't eat that big of a breakfast today, and it's about 12:30, so I'm really hungry. So, the real key to 180s and getting that full 180-degree rotation is just practice. Like, you can start with a 90-degree kind of kick turn like thing and then gradually make them all the way around and get them higher up in the air. It's just practice. The more time you spend practicing the trick, the more it's gonna progress and get better. And again, most of skateboarding is this way. If you try a trick for an hour and a half, you're going to most likely have it down more after that 1 hour point than you did at that 1 minute point. Should my next video be a shoe review for these? Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. My Instagram channel page will be down in the description. Please give that a follow if you haven't already. And let me know if you want me to do a shoe review, because I don't know, it might be fun. Oops. See you guys next time then.